Low-key, niggas hating cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.
Hallelujah. That's about everybody. We miss on the song a lot. Just make a man about it. This is called Tell Her Never Do.
If you handle your business right, I'ma promote your ass. You bitch out and try to kite, I'ma come smoke your ass. The shit that I'm giving you, they drawing blood to get. The Vicks be running through because they love the shit. So don't come with that, no one wouldn't buy it. The shit was cool. Niggas try to rob me, nobody was coming through. Snitches, I can't have that. Bitches, I can't have that. Riches, you can have that. Just bring me my cash back. Look, it's all gravy with me, go ahead and shine. That's how you play it with me, you're big time. All I want is the G's with a trunk full of keys. A Benz on 20s, you got something you can lend me. Shit, boys ain't doing nothing for me for free. Can't put no trust in you boys, cause y'all be trying to run G. Cause I don't like dreaming about making no cheese. Wanna see my motherfucking bank account OD. Until then, I'ma be thugging behind the project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Yeah, I'ma be thugging behind the project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Now I'm on some shit again. Leave a hater stranded like Gilligan. Hundreds I'm considering, flexing for $1 million. Catch it, hater, I'm killing them. They spot, but I ain't feeling them. My jacket off appearing them. Some will say it's numerary, partners in vocifering. Juvenile is different. Look at what I did to them. Boys wearing Reeboks instead of Nikes and Timberlands. Bitch hitters, I be tipping them. My Mac 9, it be flipping them. Some of these haters is trying to run G, so I be gifting them. They will do the same to me. Boys ain't no family. Shit is all a game to me, but nobody gon' handle me. 400 degrees, toting guns, running with me. No wonder we need more money one could receive. Player wanna deal with this Christ, I'ma put it open in his life. Never should I fuck with me right. Why you keep ducking me shy? I'ma knock your head off. Boy, tryna get to your fuck, tryna play it off. You made the beat, pussy so wise, you scared. If you mind your fucking business, then your life would be spared. I can't see it. Pussy try to make me out a bitch, I can't be it. I had this motherfucker crow with hitters like Free Nick. You probably can save yourself, but you can't save your neighbors when my nine get to spinning around like a baseball player. Put on this potato on the end of my nine. Foolishness I entertain to keep these boys in line. Look, cause I don't like to dream about making no cheese. Cause I don't like to dream about making no cheese. Wanna see my motherfucking bank account OD. Until then, I'ma be thugging behind a project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Yeah, I'ma be thugging behind a project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Ask some boy about me, bet them bitches know me. Magnolia head buster out that wild TC. I'm a young hitter. Look at what you done, hitter. You done made me mad. Now I'm gonna get my gun, hitter. Better watch your tongue, hitter. Cause I'm getting dumb, hitter. Kill one hitter to represent where I'm from, hitter. 3 things you don't ever do. Fuck with a man, exchange or his mama. You do that, you want drama. Fuck with a big timer for sure. You gon' see I'm out you. Which one of you boys want me? I'ma keep it real with you. You say you the man, I know I'm the man, and I'm ready to deal with you. I'm prepared for the toe tagging. Keep my Reebok strapped tight with my keyboard. the streets like the bustin' with the 12 gauge. But I don't like to dream about making no cheese in the future. Wanna see my fucking pockets OD. Until then, I'ma be thugging out the project. Fucking that tired of it, ghetto shit. I've been telling you the next gon' ride. I'ma be thugging out the project. I'm living lost, ghetto
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday, Can't Handle the Truth. Apex Hacker. I don't have the link to the song. Type in Juvenile 400 Degrees AI. I can't remember if it's gospel or if it's a 50s rendition, but it's AI, but it's Juvenile 400 Degrees. Just type in Juvenile 400 Degrees AI and it'll pull up. Yes, but good morning. Happy birthday, Can't Handle the Truth. We are here. Boys, it's a lot of shit going on the intranet. There's a lot of shit going on the intranet other than arguing with it. Well, this is still, well, no, this isn't an argument. There's some arguing going on, but y'all know what I mean. Other than just arguing with specific people, it's a lot of goddamn content going out between the Dinkins, McNutt, all the shit Atlanta Street interview, like the Atlanta Street interviews. This nigga got his own little set of characters. The Mirror and Lorian Flex ass still been on Terry. It's a lot to get to. We will do so. So Allie did a video. She's let's see. Hey, y'all have heard of Allie, but she's in the Atlanta Street interview sector or whatever. So she covers a lot of guests that are on his show. She doesn't necessarily cover Marcus. She covers the people on his show. Well, she said the other day she was sent his Patreon. So all she knows about is his YouTube. She does support him. She's bought his classes and all of that stuff. And she said that one of her supporters sent him her Patreon link to just say they didn't agree with some of the shit that was going on over on Patreon that she was unaware of. And so she said she joined, and she didn't. Well, I guess I could say she didn't like what she saw. She didn't like what she saw. She didn't agree with it. Now, she didn't say that Marcus is a bad person or whatever. She just was questioning the content on the page. And that's turned into a little firestorm already. I read some of the comments yesterday, and boy, they was like, you turned on Marcus, X, Y, and Z. So I'm here to listen to what was said and give my opinion on it. Now, her question is it exploitation or content? And under her post, if y'all go under her video, I said it's both of them. I don't know whether that's good or bad. I don't know, but it's exploitation and it's content. And let's see. Okay, this is one of the chicks from his channel named Kelsey. She has her own channel. She been in and out, but the thing about her is this particular woman here, she was on Marcus's channel. Well, first of all, after she had her interview with Marcus or whatever, she kind of, I won't say she blew up, but she got a little following or whatever. And at one point, people were trying to get her to talk about him. She wouldn't really talk about him. She said a few things like his breath stank and yada, 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 but she didn't really go on him. And it was funny because right after she said that, about a week or two later, I saw her back on his show, and I was like, these hoes ain't shit. He must not watch this shit. But anyway, she was on his channel a few weeks ago saying that that she got a pimp. So she's a prostitute, and she is on her channel promoting her OnlyFans. So she's a sex worker. So if this was what this video is, she's a sex worker and all of that. It's both. It's exploitation and it's content because it's sexual content. She's a sex worker and she's being exploited for payment. But OnlyFans is exploiting them too. OnlyFans still takes a cut of whatever they make. So that's exploitation. The porn industry, if she got paid to do films, they would exploit it by putting it out there too. So Exploitation doesn't necessarily have to have a bad connotation, although every time we hear it, it's considered negative, but it's just your job exploits you when you go to work and they make $1,000 and pay your ass $100. That's exploitation. It just is what it is. But that's background on Kelsey. So before we see what's going on in this video, she's a sex worker and a current prostitute.
All right. Hold on. You messed up. You messed up.
What happened?
You messed up, bro.
My bad.
Look, I'm working now. Look. No.
I can't see nothing.
Wait, you're not on live, are you?
I see her. There go my baby.
They always ready to shake that ass. And as you hear, it's a nigga in the background on the phone. And he said, there go my baby. So I don't know what kind of freaky shit these niggas got going on. Now, I also was made aware that this is Marcus's house. Like this ain't the penthouse where it's just a bachelor pad. This is the house where he have his kids and shit at. And I don't trust all the Marcus moves like a nigga that ain't never been set up or backdoored by a bitch before. That's how he acts. I wouldn't trust all these hoes in my house. They're especially ex-drug. It's bad enough having to worry about sober hoes backdooring you. Now you got ex-addicts coming in your goddamn house, searching around. Couldn't be me.
And you missed it though. We was in the.
Let the band play. Hey.
No, you don't gotta let the band play from my local artist. What's the name of that nigga name? Dolph did all his beats. Let the band play. Dolph made that nigga famous. Well, you got that in the intro. Okay, then.
Whichever bitch wanna come get it, I got it. I'm giving out work, come apply. These bitches talking.
Oh, it was Megan. Okay, it's Megan Thee Stallion song, and she got it in there. Okay. I knew I heard it. It's Megan.
That shit and ain't saying my name, and I can't keep just letting it fly. They gotta sub, they gotta tweet, they gotta go get their hunger for me. If I was still doing broke shit,
in favor of fair use.
he got a big crush on you. So okay. So anyway.
Oh, whoever was on the phone got a big crush on her. Speaking of which, Allie learned these editing skills by taking Marcus's mastermind class. And then the crazy thing is how the people in the comments saying she flipped on him just because she asked the question. But I want to listen to it all the way through to see if she turned on him.
You're like, hey, you're pull it up.
Okay, I could.
Was molested for a long time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, from my stepdad.
From your stepdad?
She said the audio messed up. She said the audio messed up, but I guess it's the background.
To join Atlanta.
Okay,
heavily respect. Someone I heavily respect on this app wanted me to join Atlanta Street Interviews X-Files. And I did because I have supported Marcus in the past. They wanted me to see what the content was and to hear my opinion since Marcus is someone that I have been on panel with. He's supported me. I've supported him. And I want to acknowledge that I have supported him, but I do not agree with specific content that I am seeing. And I just want to keep it about standards and not personal attacks, leave room for accountability, and just address some of the things that I did see. The real issue I see isn't drama at all. It's credibility. So I took some time to decide.
Now, full disclosure, I had a conversation with Allie about this, and I was saying to her, I think most of this is coming from because she's a woman. Most men don't give a fuck. We look at Marcus and be like, I wouldn't do that type shit. He got some weird kinky fetish going on, but other than that, we don't see it as wrong. Most men don't, unless they just trying to get some clout on the internet. I don't give a fuck where this man stick his dick. It just ain't. It ain't for me. And a lot of shit he does is a security risk with the type motherfuckers he bringing over. Because I repeat, it's hard enough finding sober regular girls that won't backdoor you. Then you got to deal with an ex-drug addict who we know will do anything for the money. And we don't know if they are ex-drug addicts. They could be saying anything for the camera.
If I even wanted to address this or stay silent, because what a person does in their personal time is not content all the time.
Hold on, we have a visitor. Oh, it's out. Well, you got here quick. Vroom vroom. You got me on. Do you got me on hands free? I do like the other thing. If you driving, you need to get off.
I pulled in the driveway, so I was just pulling in. I was listening to you while I was driving, then I pulled in my driveway.
I don't know why them people say that though. If the person is on a hands free and they got you hooked up to the car, why the fuck they say you can't be driving and talking? Nigga, I'm hands free, so I don't get that. But good morning. Good
because
morning.
it's still, I guess, under the law, distracted driving is what they probably try to say.
If I'm not touching the phone, I ain't distracted. I'm talking. That's like me being distracted talking to guests in my car.
That's true. I agree.
Now, if I'm holding the phone and I'm constantly looking down and shit, fine. But if you see me and I'm looking forward, but you see I'm driving, what the fuck is the problem? I'm not. My hands are both hands on the wheels, and you can clearly see I'm on Bluetooth.
I can agree with that because if that's the case, they should take GPS out of cars. You know what I'm saying? Because wouldn't that be the same thing?
Yep. And I know they say TikTok is really bad at it, so that's why I said it. Like a lot of people I be watching, they be simulcasting on TikTok and they tell everybody that's driving, you gotta get off because TikTok will kick me off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I gave them a breakdown of Marcus, and we just started listening to you actually explain why you did what you did. You want to explain again, or we want to listen to it in the video?
I pretty much did say it in the video. My opinion was because the Marcus is somebody who I defended, that, you know, people wanted to know what my opinion was on that. Like, they felt some type of way about it because basically they felt all the women were melanated women. And the biggest issue for me wasn't Kelsey. I chose Kelsey's video because she spoke about having a cognitive delay, a mental disability. She said in the video that she was bipolar. And so I chose her because her video was a little less raunchy than the one that I really felt like was in poor taste. Do I think Mark is a bad person? I agree with you.
Well, now we got to answer right quick because you said that were you saying you noticed there was a lot of melanated women, or the person that brought it to your attention said that?
Both.
Well, because I mean, I wouldn't be shocked by it because 99% of the people he interviews are black. So I mean, why would you expect something different on there?
Well, what happens is a lot of times, and we've spoken with another street interview person who did interviews, sometimes with the non-melanated women, sometimes the videos will be demonetized or limited monetization. And so it's
wow. So you're incentivized to put the black struggle out here.
I just feel like because it's proven that, you know, people never cared about people being on crack, and when crack was introduced to these poverty-riddled neighborhoods that were majority occupied by black people, we was just, you know, that was what they threw it out there. We were crackheads. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, my phone started ringing, so I don't know.
I can hear you. Last thing you said was we were crackheads.
Yeah, we got
an echo now, though.
I probably because the phone ringing is about to stop. But I feel that, you know, when you saw non-minority people becoming addicts, and these people from healthier backgrounds and wealthier families, then they started coming up with institutions like rehab. like that could be of help, and they started recognizing addiction as a disability, as you know, and trying to get help for the people. So I do feel that looking at some of it, of course, the majority of the people out there are going to be melanated and black because we born at a disadvantage sometimes.
Okay,
We
well,
come from
Apex Hacker, I'm confused about that. You said you stopped watching Atlanta street interviews because too many red pill black manosphere commenters would. So why not stop watching the people that were devaluing them? You stopped watching Marcus. Do you still watch the people that commentate on this stuff? That seems a little backwards. Go ahead, Allie.
and so I do want to give now some of the people I do feel have their own ulterior motives, like Marissa. Marissa was a scammer. Of course, she wanted a wider audience. Even now, she's saying share her things, share her videos, shout her out. She wants a wider audience so that when she begins her begathon, she can produce results with people who don't know the background.
The only ones who don't want something out of it are the ones who we never see with a channel, because he tell all of them to get a channels, and the ones that ain't interested don't start one.
Right. So, I mean, that was my take on it. So I wondered, you know, this to myself, because it was one, I'm gonna be honest, it was one young lady, and I like Marcus, but seeing that, I questioned her mental capacity. She seemed to be in some type of cognitive distress, and I don't know based on how she act whether she could consent. You know what I'm saying?
What
Because
makes you say
sometimes
that? Do you feel like she was intoxicated or something, or what do you think?
I felt like she was in some type of mental distress. There was some type of underlying issue that seemed to me to have either no treatment or be drug induced. Whether it
And
was
for
a
me personally,
schizophrenia,
that
a
would be a turnoff.
bipolar. That's it. That's what
That
I'm
would be a
saying.
turnoff for me.
That video is the one that made that kind of was like, But now when we talking about Maya or Quita, those people are very well aware. They and I agree with you. I'm not a man. They selling cat. This is what they do. They fully aware. They have numerous clients. If they sleeping with Marcus, then it's not just him. I'm not saying they are because I don't, I can't confirm anything. But what I'm saying is that they're making choices, and these are their choices. And my disappointment with Kelsey is that she has 3 kids. When are
Damn, I
you?
thought she only had that light skinned boy. I didn't know she had 2 more.
I know in this video she talks about her having 3 kids. She's got 2 girls and 1 boy.
So
And the
the
sad
girls,
part about
so
it,
she
you got
only
2
got
girls.
custody of her boy then, because that's the only person I've ever. She take him out. She been in the pool with him. So this is a shock to me.
Yeah, so just knowing her story, and I only chose her because she said she had a mental disability. And the other lady I didn't really want to show because she was completely naked at some point in the video. Like for the majority of the video, she was completely naked.
Did she look clean?
No.
Yeah, see, nah.
And the way she spoke, I mean, to me, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but I am informed at the minimum, and I could tell she was in some type of mental distress, whether it was drug induced or not. I don't know, but yeah, it was something going on.
So are you concerned that this could put Marcus in a legal predicament, or are you just like, what is your thoughts on it?
I just felt like as a melanated woman, I just didn't agree with the one that I felt like wasn't in the mental space to I felt she wasn't in the mental space to give consent if she did. That's almost like slipping somebody a Mickey or a ex, and now that they frisky, I take them home and have sex with them and say, "Was she consented?" Well, yeah, after you drugged them.
Well, let's clear that up. But was there any sexual contact between those two, or was it just her doing sexual stuff to herself?
It was her doing sexual things to herself upon
his
him telling.
request.
Correct.
But I'm sure she took the money though. So that's just if she took the money, she was able to consent. She had enough sense to take the money.
Right.
But I also want to clear it up too, because when we say she can't
Well,
consent, people will think
when we say enough sense, I mean, if you see a person on the street, and we see homeless people in all of our cities, I'm sure, and some of them have mental disabilities, and some of them are still begging for the basic necessities. So, I mean, food, water, clothes, or something from the liquor store. Some of them don't even care about hygiene. I mean, are those people in the mental capacity to make actual decisions that I'm going to record? That was the only thing to me. The rest of them who were, I feel like, seem to be somewhat of sound mind, like Maya, I can't base that argument for her, because this is what you do. You sell cat. This is what you do. You meet people and you sleep with them, and you live in hotels, and this is your lifestyle. So I can't look down on you for your lifestyle. I can commentate on it if that's something that I find interesting or intriguing, but you making conscious decisions.
Let's see what you had to say in this here video.
However, when they platform it, I do have to agree with some of the subscribers where it definitely is up for discussion. If it's used as content, then you make yourself the content. So I have to agree with that. I genuinely believe the behavior does cross a line. I had to ask myself, would I call this out if it were anyone else?
Okay, what line do you think it crosses? You think it crosses legal lines or moral lines? What do you mean by it crosses lines?
So when I say that
Ethical
I'm not
lines?
even speaking on Marcus, I'm speaking on myself. It's because it's somebody I supported. Like, would I say anything if this was Marissa or Will, her baby daddy? And the answer is probably yes, without hesitation. So if somebody asks me my opinion, how can I be biased and how ethically can I sit back and say, oh, I really don't want to say nothing because of who it is? So I do feel like when I see actions that cross boundaries that I don't agree with ethically, morally, then should I say something, because I've said something about so many other things and been opinionated about so many other things?
I think I would say something. If I care about the person and I fuck with him, I would say something.
Yeah, because at some point, when is silence also being complicit?
Well, that's the way they take it. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but that's how society judges it. If you ain't talking about it, if you're not denouncing it, then you must be with it.
I feel like if it wasn't someone that I covered material on and spoke out about wrongdoings from people on their channel, then silence doesn't mean I'm being complicit, because I could very well say I didn't know or I wasn't present or whatever the case may be. But when someone brings it to you, this is your lane, your avenue, and you decide after it's been brought to your attention, you don't say nothing.
You make yourself the content. So I have to agree with that. I genuinely believe the behavior does cross a line. I had to ask myself, would I call this out if it were anyone else? If I stay silent, how does my audience feel? Since someone that is
Allie, you was wondering, you was like, why are they doing that? Well, it's an upload. One upload's traction is different than live, and this is your best watched upload. It's your best watched upload.
subscribe that I heavily respect brought it to my attention. And the biggest thing is this a pattern or a one-off mistake? What I'm reacting to is the content from the Atlanta Street Interviews, X-Files, and a interviewee by the name of Kelsey, who is 29. She was 28 at the time of her initial interview 1 year ago. She has 3 children. She said there is 2 girls and 1 boy. And she is a part of the content on the X-Files.
And you missed it though. We was
and
losing the car.
I have to say that watching this video was very
interviewing, so
disappointing.
I gotta talk to you later.
Um,
Yeah.
and just follow this because I do think it is kind of predatory, but that's just my opinion.
I think we had audio problem here. Hold on.
Yeah, the upload. I'm sorry, y'all. The upload messed up the audio when I exported it, and it wasn't even supposed to post it, but it did. So I just
want to
left
be
it.
clear. Ask
Go ahead.
No, that was it.
a very consistent question. Where is the line with street interviews?
I would say the line is criminal. Something criminal is the line. Everything else just comes down to people's personal taste, morals, and ethics. It's subjective. But criminal is the line for me. If he out here drugging and raping women, taking against their will, that's the line for me.
I
If
agree.
he's paying this women, I don't give two shits.
I agree. Like I said, when it comes to Kelsey is just the person that I use because the other one was it was a lot. The other one that I didn't upload that I thought about doing, I just don't feel, I agree with you. I don't feel like if two people consent that because she's homeless, he's taking advantage of her. I mean, or if she a
Homeless person can
prostitute.
still say no. I'm sure
Right.
it's several homeless women he's propositioned for sex. And they said no.
I agree. And I feel like, I mean, some of them are already prostitutes. Like Kelsey, that's what she does, you know? So at the end of the day, I agree with you. And I'm a woman, you know, if they sell it and he buy it, and we don't know that to be true, but how was he
I
wrong?
do also agree Marcus gonna end up having problems because if somebody like Alec can
Mhm.
see a video and be like, this woman is out of her mind. I don't know if she under the influence of something, but besides that, you could just tell she's mentally unstable. Then he leaves himself open for women like that to come back and say he did. I didn't consent, and have people, the law, agree with her because she's mentally unstable. If that's the case, so
That's my
that
point.
would be chartering new territories.
That's the point that I'm making. That's it. I just use this one as an example because I didn't want to put up the other one.
Y'all got to go on his Patreon to see the other one. I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah, if you go to his page and go to the post, it's the X-Files access is right there, and you can see it. And
Hell,
he
promotes the mastermind more than he does his Patreon because I never knew he had one as long as I've known of him.
it just started. It's new.
Oh, he still ain't promoting that motherfucker. Not
Oh,
like
yes, he is.
I heard him talk about the mastermind, and when you go to his new videos now, he have a little clip in there for you to click to show you the link and all that shit.
The mastermind is no longer. The Patreon has taken its place.
Well, he still got them there. Like his last video, I think he had a mastermind commercial in there.
Yeah, but the mastermind, I think, just ended, and he started mentioning, he did several lives where he talked about the Patreon, and so he just started it, and he has been promoting it. If you go to his post, it's up there, and some of his videos, he talks about it a little bit.
I guess that's the thing. I don't watch him like that.
Yeah, Miss V said she
When I
called.
seen your video, I started going through his shit to find this video because you blurred some shit out. Kelsey got a nice shape.
Well,
And
you can see oh, she did way. This is nowhere
I
near.
did. I know. Then I figured out you said it was on Patreon. I was like, no wonder I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a lot more to this video than what I shared. A
But
lot more.
I could tell she did a try-on haul, so I know she got naked. And she probably saved this shit for her OnlyFans as well.
Well, if you look right now, what she's doing is putting her phone down. So she was doing something with her phone too. So she said, I think it was for her OnlyFans as well.
But right now, she a scammer OnlyFans person to me.
I'm not trying to cancel anyone. That's not at all the goal. I have defended this style of content before, of street interviews, but I've not supported videos that make me question ethics, standards, boundaries. I am clearly thinking, not reacting. I am a reaction channel, but this is not a reactionary response. What is ethical street content? At what point does documenting poverty become exploiting it? Is consent enough when someone is addicted or desperate or vulnerable?
It's always exploitation, but is it bad? Hell, the homeless shelter exploits homeless people. They make them motherfuckers pay to have a bed to lay in, and they know they homeless. And in order to help them get some money, they'll give them some newspapers to sell.
I don't know, because sometimes I think it's exposure to a bigger issue.
Exploitation? Well, let me see. Let me compare those words. Go ahead.
When you look at the two, they can be very close. I think it's sometimes a matter of opinion. But I agree with you. The line is sometimes criminal, and the ability to consent. You know, I think that's a very, very valid point. And when I look at the videos, a lot of times I'm looking at it from a place of exposure. There's a greater issue. A lot of people have childhood trauma who end up on drugs. They look at it as a way to cope. Some people are binge addicts. You know, people have a story. They're not just on the street.
For me personally, once vulnerability shows up, once you know someone.
Okay, now it says no, exploitation and exposure are not the same. They represent different stages of a risk-based scenario. So they're both in the same scenario, but they're different. Exposure refers to a state of vulnerability where a risk exists, whereas exploitation is the act of abuse or taking advantage of that vulnerability for personal gain.
So that goes back to when I was saying it's a person has the ability to consent.
Is vulnerable, people are being used for shock value or entertainment. That's where I'm a little uncomfortable. I can't defend content that feels exploitive. And I'm only speaking for myself. This content made me a little uncomfortable. I don't agree with this direct.
But that's also why that content is behind a paywall as well.
Yeah, but you have child pornography behind paywalls.
Because he can have that shit, but I'm saying he could put that shit on Twitter for free. He could be doing the same thing on Twitter, and Twitter would not block him or shit. They would let it ride. And he could be monetized off of it.
All creators in this space think carefully about impact. This isn't tearing anyone down. It's not a beef.
You have an outfit.
She liked this nigga too. She really likes him. Like if you look at all the interviews
You
they've
could
done,
tell.
and you can tell how her eyes, like she likes this nigga.
She do. And that's a part of things that need to be taken into consideration. I take them in consideration with Marcus. A lot of the stuff that come out, accusations, they are from people that liked him. You could tell. Something, you liked him more than just interviewee. And then they get mad, but then they still talk to him. So that's why sometimes when people say, I don't see how other people don't see it, I just consider the source too.
I'm speaking publicly because I've defended this person before on this channel.
Okay, so
and I want to be consistent.
We knew, like shit. I hate this. Was like a bad script for some porn. Like, nigga, you knew she brought the outfit for y'all to see. That's what she came for. Nigga, she didn't come for no goddamn small talk. She came to make this content. And give me these little $40 you finna give me. I need some gas money and some Swissers and some backwoods and shit. All the OnlyFans girls got this outfit too, by the way. I think they got them motherfuckers on sale at the stripper store or something. You go to the whole store and they all got the same outfit.
If I defend something, I'll defend it. If I disagree, I'll say it.
Okay.
Success or shout outs will never determine my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pause it and let you do that. Okay, wow. Okay.
Marissa got one of them in purple. She got one of them in white. Remember, I criticized her for having her ass out in front of them boys. I'm like, they don't need to be witnessing it already. Like, seriously, it's sex to them. They don't at that age, they ain't differentiating mama from any other woman. If they're heterosexual men, they gonna be looking at their mama ass and titties if she walking around with it out.
Agreed.
So I'm definitely gonna have to blur this on YouTube. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna have to get.
I ain't see this on YouTube. I looked.
Blurred anyway. Can you turn?
And then we had audio problems here.
I hate the audio. I'm sorry, y'all.
Shit happens.
It totally.
Was that like your second or third video doing voiceover?
Yeah, but it wasn't messed up in the initial video. I don't know what.
There was
Go ahead.
something that we don't talk about enough. We discuss exploitation, abuse, or trauma often. And that's something that actually does something to a person. And we never quite discuss how it changes a person's view and understanding of intimacy. When a child experiences sexual abuse, as Kelsey explained to Marcus that she experienced, it doesn't just create a bad memory. It can fundamentally distort the architectural mind and thought process of a person, how they understand connections, safety, power, their own body, and sex itself. Let's be for real. And that distortion alone can allow them in their adulthood, in little subtle ways, and sometimes devastating ones, to engage in sexual promiscuity or withdraw from sex altogether. And listening to this interview on the X-File side, you're hearing her initial interview, was heavily discouraging. I don't want to overtalk about how your mind and brain deal with and process abuse. I'm sure all of us understand that when we experience trauma, especially early in life, when we are, corrupted by abuse, how our brains process trauma and the desire to survive. We are wired for survival. And survival adaptations are powerful. Kelsey has already stated that her doing S work was never hard for her because she disassociates. A child who experiences sexual abuse may begin to associate.
I'm going through your comments and I see Marcus is a good sport. Marcus said, I could never not be a fan of Allie. I appreciate the feedback. If you ever want, I'd love the opportunity to have a discussion about some of the issues you mentioned here on your platform. Aside from the audio stuff you addressed, good video. Awesome. You took it in stride.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know is that I talked to Marcus before I did it.
See, That made a difference. That there made a difference. So it wasn't like how he's used to other people just one day waking up flipping on him. I ain't said nothing to him, just Marcus, you ain't shit. And he was like, wait, what the fuck what happened? What did you see? So yeah,
Right.
he appreciated that. And then he said, since you addressed me, I will come on and have this conversation with you. Well, I think you should take him up on that.
Right. And I'm not at all like against Marcus. I don't feel that way. I feel like he's new on Patreon, like I said. Some people got mad at me in the chat because they want you to be all the way this way or all the way that way. And I share some of the same feelings that you do. Some of them people, when you bring up Maya know what she doing. The other interviewee girl, she know. So if she's of sound mind and body and decides that she want to engage, what's the issue? I don't see why that's bad.
This person here is so upset at you, but it's crazy. She upset, questioning where loyalty and shit at, and Marcus had a complete different take of it. This is why you can't be paying attention to these numbskulls in the goddamn chat. They don't know what the fuck they be talking about. Just like she didn't know, she asked you where was the loyalty, but she didn't know that you talked to Marcus before you did this video.
And here's the thing. If it's almost damned if you do and damned if you don't in our culture. You know, when you meet somebody who is, that's just just wild example. Jeffrey Dahmer family caught hell because he was a mass murdering killer. How did they not know? Why would they not report him? Why would you not do this? And if you see something, say something, right? Then when you say something, that's fucked up for you to say something and betray him.
Yeah, this lady was upset like a motherfucker. She said a whole bunch of you would think if she must not have been back to the channel, but I miss it. I would have tagged her under Marcus comment. I would have edited that bitch. Shut your motherfucking ass up.
The attention with sexualization. And that's what I see watching this interaction. They may equate closeness with obligation. I owe you. This is because this is what you want. They may confuse control with affection. Yeah, he hit me because he loves me. That's how he acts because he loves me. And when he's not beating me, it's because he doesn't love me. The nervous system does not process it as this is wrong.
I'm
slightly distracted.
And I am so disappointed in Kelsey having 3 children.
You disappointed in the hoe being a hoe? I'm just saying the lady is on Marcus' channel saying I got a pimp now, and she happy about it. She happy.
No, that's not the part that was disappointing. What was disappointing is you got 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy. You speak about
just say one because she don't got the other 2. She ain't shit bitch from the get-go.
But that's the point I'm finna make. You don't have the 2 girls, and you talk about what happened to you as a child. Are you not concerned that those things could happen to your children? Are you not in touch with them? Are you not at all gonna mother them? But you in this video getting on your knees talking about how you will be as a wife.
And if you want to be honest, the only reason she got that boy is because she got a white baby daddy. That nigga light skinned. He mixed. That's the only reason she got him.
But my concern is, what about the girls?
She don't give a fuck. Did she say where the girls are at? Who got them? Her mama, her dad, her aunties? Where are they? Did she even expound on it?
I think they with her family. It's just, that's the part that was disappointing to me. How can you come from a traumatic childhood and traumatize another child by abandoning them?
And I ain't seen the boy on her channel in a minute. She may have shipped him back off. But he may be with the daddy.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while either, so I'm not sure. But that's my thing. You in and out of their life because you choosing yourself over them.
And she claims she's sober. So it ain't drugs no more that's making her make bad decisions.
Well, I think there was a live that she did. I think she's taking it down though, where she relapsed. And then she was talking about going to rehab.
She ain't been in no damn rehab unless it was over the phone. What's going on, Trudy?
Hey, Trudy.
Right. We talked about, having a man later on and stuff like that, but what do you like doing
that are in need of a mother.
Get out of this lifestyle? Or are you comfortable just being in this lifestyle? Like, you tell me.
Leave the home.
I'm not comfortable. I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, because you keep going back to it because that's what the fuck you know. You're more comfortable selling pussy.
I don't know if that's true, Trey, because sometimes
she won't hold down a job. She would rather sell pussy than work.
No, but you got to understand the mentality is they want instant gratification. They want to work and get paid
that's why
right
I said
then.
she always goes back to it. So she can't say she don't want to because she keeps going back. People that don't want to do something make a change. It's hard, but if you really tired of selling pussy, you gonna stand your ass at Taco Bell, McDonald's, Wendy's, a warehouse, anywhere for 12 hours a day, so you won't have to go back to degrading yourself selling pussy.
But that's true for people like you and I that might have good sense and we could wait a week and a whole for a paycheck. But to somebody
we all
like
humans, she got to make that change, ma'am. She
I
got to
understand,
want to.
but mentally there's a disconnect. You know, they look at that as a square lifestyle. They can't wait for the money. If I work today, I want to be paid today. Because I got to pay for a room or whatever it
that
is.
is no different than so many black men that sell dope and end up going legit. Now, when you go legit, you gonna take more losses. You gonna invest. It's totally different. They could easily go back to the instant gratification, but instead they say, "No, I ain't doing that no more. I'm gonna go legit," and they choose to go legit and stay legit.
But when you go, let's be realistic, because I do know a lot of people that came from the street and finally went legit, and it was a hard transition. And sometimes they might go back and dabble one last time because of the losses that you take and the instant gratification.
Them
If I
ain't the
flood the
strong
street,
ones.
yeah, but
Them ain't the
it's a
strong ones, though. They don't want to change.
It's a hard transition, nevertheless, and that's why they do take them through. When you go to prison for drugs, you could take classes and they talk to you about why you shouldn't be doing it and just different stuff like that, because they realize people are addicted to the fast money.
Yeah, that's why I said you gotta want to change. People that want to change, people that's tired of taking them risks, is just gonna be like, all right, man, I'm going legit. I'm finna open this cleaners. I'm finna open this lawn care service. I'm finna get into real estate, and they just stay on that lane. Even though, so you go through hardships, and you may want to go back to the fast money, but you've changed, so you don't. She consistently goes back to the fast money because that's what she knows. It don't mean she's bad, but it means she's telling a lie when she says she don't want to do it.
It depends on what we talking about. I think that when we talking about an escort that makes thousands in a transaction, it's easier for them to walk away because they have cushion. Kelsey got a pimp. 9 times out of 10, she giving this nigga all her money, or the boyfriend type that she's spending the money with him and on him too. Therefore, she can't just go legit like that because she broke.
That's her fault. Poor choices. Once again,
you might charge 125, 150.
How do you want to change and you got a pimp?
I don't know if she got a pimp anymore.
How do you want to? Okay, how do you want to change? And right now, you selling pussy in this very video.
Well, she like him, so I don't know if necessarily she count that as selling coochie. She probably done.
Hey, he made whatever he made off that motherfucker. He got some money off of it.
Absolutely, he got the experience, he got the money, and he got it on. He got it on
the way you
Patreon,
change
so he
is
making
by
money
not doing shit like this. That's how you change.
But when she talks about change, I don't even know if she know how. The first step.
The first step is stop selling pussy. That's the first step.
Well,
I'm
when you
not gonna
listen to
sell
this,
pussy no more.
listen to the rest of what they said, and you will understand what I'm saying.
She ain't gonna never stop. She's selling pussy till she 50.
Comfortable in it. I make myself comfortable because I gotta get.
But she won't make herself comfortable standing in somebody's work. Man, it's an Amazon. You could go work at every goddamn well. You won't make yourself comfortable working at Amazon. You have to be uncomfortable to get out of what the fuck you claim you don't want to do. You can't escape that. That's the side effect of change, being uncomfortable.
I agree.
Get my money. But I am furthering my education.
What? And then all these hoes going to school. They stole this from Players Club. Now all these hoes is selling pussy to further their education. Girl, stop.
That's her exit plan.
She ain't making that type money. Cassie is a $40 hoe at best.
And so I can not do this anymore, not use my body skills anymore, use my mind.
Hey,
So yeah, the nursing school, cosmetology school, and that's really what I got right now.
Wait, hell no. I know she didn't say cosmetology school is how she furthering her education.
Yeah, she said.
Then she said she gotta use her mind for cosmetology school. No, you don't. That is a trade, ma'am. You using your motherfucking hands. You ain't mixing no chemical compounds and shit. You using your hands, putting in perms and tracks and shit and clippers. And whack and however the fuck threading eyebrows or plucking them, however the fuck the women get the shit done. This nigga said, so I can use my brain instead of my body. You still gonna be using your body in cosmetology because you use your hands. Allie, you done triggered me this morning.
I'm just, if you're gonna keep listening, she says a lot of stuff, and that's the disappointment in her, is that the real effort that you making to make the change you say you want to make.
Man, but nigga, I told you
That you
when I
got
went
3
and checked
kids
her
out here with
OnlyFans
no
last
mother.
night, when I checked her OnlyFans last night, she had been on there 2 hours ago. So that motherfucker ain't trying to change. She want niggas she want to sell that pussy.
Avenues that I'm taking. So
Okay. So definitely happy about that and proud about that. Why not just kind of transition into the OF so you don't have.
There's an audio issue. Hold on, y'all.
I'm so mad about it.
Mark was like, I want to know what she said right there. That's another reason he was like, let's
Longer
talk.
is really one heavily concerning. I found this part of the dialogue heavily concerning. Kelsey just referenced that she no longer is really wanting to do sex work. She's wanting to do something else with her life. And unfortunately, I think those statements and desires to do something else went right over the interviewer's head. And he began to ask her about.
Allie, have you ever heard, let me know if you've ever heard this saying, a hoe gonna be a hoe. Have you heard that before?
I agree. Mm-hmm.
He ain't go over Marcus' head. He just know a hoe when he see one.
I disagree with that, because if I go to you and say I want to get off of drugs, why would you start telling me who got 8 balls and who got dog?
That is fucked up.
Who got the hard?
I guess
who
that
let
is
the hard go for the low? But I mean,
I guess that would be fucked up. Okay, I see it your way.
out, why not just do OF, OnlyFans, and the benefit pros and cons, even though she just said she does not want to use her body any longer. Knowing her trauma from her initial interview, it was cringe AF because healthy intimacy is built on mutual vulnerability, right? Safety, emotional reciprocity, choices. Everything she's been through and is saying tells me that her early exposure to sex was rooted in a power imbalance of coercion. He said she blackmailed her stepfather. She used it as a tool at some point. Sex can become something entirely different. It can become a bargaining tool, which is what she's using it as. A method of control, a way to gain validation, or a means of emotional detachment.
Like you say, just sitting on the couch.
All things that I feel like Kelsey's in full display of, right?
But then
why would OnlyFans even be an option when we see that she has an unhealthy sexual background?
I hate this audio.
I'm still giggling at you talking about why would you tell me where the 8
Respectfully,
balls
I
is?
heavily disagree with this statement. Clearly, she sees sex as a strategy and not a connection, a transaction, not closeness, not a relationship. S work is never going to be a good idea for this young lady. And the fact that she has expressed a desire to stop, that should have been encouraged. That doesn't mean that anybody who engages with her is being manipulative because she is of age. And when medicated, I mean, even with the cognitive disability, she's able to make decisions, right? But intimacy based on her looks like it's her blueprint for intimacy, right? She's clearly been damaged before. So before she had the ability to consent and understand, there are long-term effects. And it's clear she has 3 children. There's clearly a difficulty with forming secure attachments because you should be with your children. Clearly, S has become a tool and not an expression of intimacy for Kelsey. Her repeated involvement in exploitive dynamics, emotional numbness during physical intimacy, because she says she had no problem doing S work, none. At one point in this interview, she gets down on her knees. And to me, it is a display. It is a personification, literally, of her seeking validation through sexual attention, right? She clearly sees when Marcus tells her that many men have contacted him about her. He sees this and confuses this with the desire of worth. I mean, I don't want to sit here and just be culturally blind, you know, and I feel like what complicates this further is how society often reacts. I feel like Kelsey is someone who has a display for sexual behavior, right? And people judge it. But there is a very interesting.
In Marcus's defense, he ain't no damn social worker. He ain't trying to feel no empathy. He trying to get his rocks off and make a few dollars selling this shit on Patreon. That nigga ain't no social worker. What he supposed to,
At the end of the
how
day,
he
with
gonna,
Kelsey,
why he ain't supposed
Kelsey,
to talk her out of making the money? He trying to get the content. He can't talk her out of it. He done
but
already paid her.
he shouldn't talk her into it either.
Say, I didn't pay.
No,
Maybe he
not that
shouldn't.
part. When she
See,
when
what he
like I
should
said,
have done was
when she expresses her desire to be something or do something different, I just feel like you should have just moved on to another topic then. Not
see, he fucked up
culture.
asking her that question. He should have like fuck them
But
like you don't ask her that shit.
but I do agree. Like I said in the audio, I do think that because she is of age, she says she getting the help. I just feel like um anybody who engages with her, I don't know that I feel like they wrong because she is able to make decisions. And this is what she chooses to do.
They ain't falling for him, man. They selling pussy.
So I agree with
background and
that.
3 dynamics that I'm sure play a pivotal role. The bipolar,
doing my best, okay?
hypersexual,
I'm gonna ask because it went on for so long. What were your thoughts?
the lestation, the molestation,
And
we know what that is,
kind of like enjoy it.
and the drugs.
There was a point with my stepdad where I started like blackmailing him.
So you kind of turned it on him.
Yeah.
Okay, blackmailing him and
That's so
to do what?
manipulative.
To get me off punishment, to give me things I wanted.
And what
But not you. But I'm saying that you instead of going to the police, you blackmail this nigga to get off punishment and shit of that nature. This shit, the way of thinking be so warped to me sometimes.
Well, I'm not trying to defend her, but in her defense, she was 5. She said it happened from age
5? Oh shit.
it started from 5 to the age of 15, and she believed her mother knew. And sometimes when you tell your mother or you think they already know based on what's going on, you don't know or think to call the police because you've been groomed to think that it's okay.
But you blackmailed them though to get off punishment.
Well,
Apparently
when she
couldn't have
said
thought
black,
her mama knew if she was like, I'm gonna tell my mama. Your mama already know.
well, she said she believed she knew. So it sounded to me like she never told. But I will say, in an abused person's defense, there is somebody else who I know, and somebody who also came into the comments and was talking about how they went through something similar and they felt like they were not protected. There are a lot of children who get molested who just don't say anything. Pastor McNutt is a good example. Many people on the outside looking in feel like ain't no way his mama don't know. She should know. So when he's cried for help and had to get on the internet and apologize, he's less likely to keep coming forward because he saw what happened when he tried.
Well, what happened was that he went through that backlash, but the world has rallied around this nigga. The first time he had to apologize,
right now,
McNutt being so ignorant, making him apologize was his own downfall.
Yeah, right now, and sometimes, what the enemy mean for bad, God used for good, and that just happened to work out for this young man's good. But the mother, I don't see how she didn't think nothing was wrong. I mean, it's clear indications.
The mother, don't give a fuck. She living a good life.
Yeah, so I think some people can be complicit and turn a blind eye. So when she said her mama knew, I mean, sometimes
but if her mama knew though, there's no way she could blackmail this nigga to get out punishment. Who was she gonna tell? Either she was gonna tell her mama who already knew and wasn't gonna do shit.
Maybe she was gonna go to school. Maybe she was gonna go to school and tell the counselor. Maybe she threatened to tell people.
But that was my point initially when I said you are blackmailing, but you won't go to the police. You go to a counselor, as you said, they will alert the police. You can tell somebody else, and you had to been saying that you were going to tell somebody to blackmail this man. She said I blackmailed him, so I'm gonna tell somebody if I don't get off punishment.
True, but she was a child, and I just feel like you're right.
But as a child, she concocted in her head, if you don't get me off punishment, I'm going to tell X, Y, and Z. So why don't you just tell X, Y, and Z? And then you can get this nigga out your life to where you don't have to blackmail him in the first place.
I agree with that, but I mean, as a victim, I think a lot of people do that. I've heard that's common. I've heard that from more than one person. That's what happened. As a matter of fact, the young girl in Detroit who they just did the plea deal with, similar situation,
We got to
where
start
she
telling these
told.
young women, if you can blackmail, you can tell. Tell anyway. Tell any goddamn way. Blackmail and tell. Don't just do
And you
one.
gotta
Do both.
also, and I agree with Brooke said, as a logical adult, yeah, that makes sense. But as a child, and it's been going on for 10 years, and at some
Brooks.
point that is wrong, but that's also a level of shame they carry. And
Hey,
that's
Brooks.
something that
Now y'all keep making excuses. Listen,
no, I'm
this
not. No, I'm not.
whatever this lady, however old this child was, which because she was a child when it happened, she had enough common sense to say to this grown man, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to tell A, B, and C. She was thinking like a logical something because she
That is
knew what he
true.
was doing was
That is
wrong.
true,
And,
but it's
and
false. Let
instead
me
of
tell you
getting him in
why.
trouble, she
That's true, but
threatened to get him in
that's
trouble,
that's
but didn't do it. All I'm
that's
saying
true.
is get him in
That's true.
trouble.
That's true, but it's false because some people suffer from Stockholm syndrome where they do bond with their abuser, and some people will protect them, defend them, and some people
You don't
will.
threaten but you don't threaten your abuser when you have Stockholm syndrome.
Some people
You
do
love
because they
them.
view it as a method of survival. You view it as a relationship.
They still don't threaten them though.
But
They
they
do
view it
whatever
as a
they're asked.
relationship. I'ma leave, or this or that, or I don't want you doing this, or getting jealous of another female. You would think they would know better because if you don't like it, then what are you mad for? But that is something that the mind does in an effort for survival. And some people, in order to cope with it, they form these bonds, or in their mind they do, so that they can rationalize this experience because it's traumatic. Somebody is
Yeah,
doing something to you against your will that you don't like.
all
And
I'm saying,
your
if
body may be aroused by it and doing things that you don't want it to do, but it's doing it. So I feel like sometimes when people say they do certain things that don't seem rational, that's their method of coping. In this interview, she does talk about how she detaches during sex. She
if
just
she
don't.
didn't get off punishment, what's she gonna tell? If she were gonna tell, if she didn't get off punishment, I'm just saying the cognitive abilities
But she
was there to
also said
concoct
that
that
she
plan.
rewarded the things that he would do for her by letting him rub her down with lotion. And so I just feel like in her mind, there was somewhat of a relationship, even though he never actually penetrated her. They were in some type of a relationship.
She should have told, man, is all I'm saying. You blackmail the
I
nigga,
agree.
you might as well tell.
I
Blackmail
agree,
and
and that's
tell.
where fathers are important, and mothers are important, and parents being present in their kids' life is important. The person who wrote that bad comment to me that said it was going to expose me, and yeah, your child be there, and I hear your child, I don't hear nobody else. Listen, I'm very close to my daughter. I watch her like why don't I watch her hard? Okay, because
Uh,
I know that are predatory people out there. So I just know that I feel like there's not enough of that going on where we keeping eyes on our children, speaking to them, talking to them, and making it hard for somebody else to get close to them and take advantage.
hey, Brooks, you've met my child. Who made my child manipulative? It's just in women's DNA. Don't say he made her. It's just in y'all DNA any damn way. And she's 7. She tried to manipulate me this morning because she knew I was upset with her. And I had to tell her, hey, man, you can't. Nah, sometimes you just got to sit in it. You can't talk your way and change the subject and smile and all that. It ain't going to work all the time.
But you're talking about as a father who is present in their child's life and teaching them the difference between right and wrong. Some people don't get that, and
Nah, she
therefore
said he was taught, but now she said dude taught her how to be manipulative. Nope, that was already in her DNA, just like it's in my child's DNA.
No, I don't think so. I think that you could know how to manipulate, well, not necessarily know how to, but you can
All
learn to
women
master.
are
You can
manipulators.
learn to master a skill. Hitler was manipulative. He was in prison. Learn how to be manipulative in prison. I think
All
people can
women are
master a
manipulative.
skill.
All. You don't think so?
Say it again.
You don't think all women are manipulative?
No, I think it's a character trait. It could be in anybody.
Now, all women are master manipulators. That's how
Oh,
that's how y'all get.
guess
That's
what?
how y'all get what the fuck y'all want in the
No,
relationships, because y'all be
that's not. But
manipulating.
that's not the case. Sometimes you will meet a pimp, and that pimp will teach a woman ism, and next thing you know, she says she a happy hoe and all brainwashed.
She still be manipulating tricks.
No, she manipulate tricks because that's what her daddy told her to do, and she better have his money, so she do what she got to do because
Before she ever sold pussy, she was manipulating niggas.
I don't think so. I think some women can be gullible and taught the skill. You could
No,
teach
all women are
if you
manipulative,
could teach a
man.
dog to sit, you could teach a motherfucker to manipulate somebody.
Now, it's all in y'all's DNA, ma'am. It's
I
encoded in
disagree.
every woman to be a master manipulator.
I don't think so.
Of course, you're a woman. You trying to manipulate me right now.
No, I'm
Y'all
not. I'm
are.
speaking of
My
truth.
mama
And I
is the
think that
damn manipulator. Woman. My grandma was a manipulator. Woman. I don't code my family any differently. They women. They all do
So
it.
you don't know no man that's manipulative.
Yes, I know men are manipulative, but all women are. Men, some men, all women are.
I disagree. We agree to disagree on this one. I
Candy
think
know I ain't lying. Candy like shit.
men are the
Candy know
most
I ain't lying. She was like,
men
man, I
are the
got me some
most
niggas back in the
manipulative.
day.
Men are the most manipulative, and he had to teach her.
Hell no.
I see where I can agree with that, but he might have taught her that.
Y'all be manipulating when y'all turn teens. Y'all start manipulating niggas to buy y'all gifts for Valentine's Day. It started early. What the fuck? Y'all
No,
this what y'all do.
that is not manipulation. That's a
That's
holiday. If you believe,
manipulation. No, that's
no, it's not.
manipulation. You playing with this nigga. You flirt with him and shit, using y'all's women charm, which is manipulation, to get him to do shit for you.
No, men are the head. How can somebody be manipulating you, the head?
The head of what?
And usually the head of most households and make decisions for the family and decide how and what people are going to do and not going to do. So
Yeah,
I
this is the
disagree.
new. That's the old school way of thinking. These women nowadays said they don't need no man.
Yeah, because guess what? Listen to Kelsey. She said she had a pimp and nigga ain't work, ain't had no job, and she had to take care of him with the money she was making. So how can you be making decisions and you ain't got no money? Ain't working and ain't trying.
That's what come with the pimping whole lifestyle. She should have. Why did she need a pimp? Did her clientele boost? That's the if the
I don't
clientele
know that.
don't boost from you
Well,
having a pimp, then you
let's
don't need one.
clarify. Let's
The pimp
clarify.
need to
Now,
be sending you some clientele too. He don't need to just
let's
have you walking up and down the street
let's
waiting on the ill.
clarify that
He need to know some trick ass niggas
I
to
don't
send
think
you
she
there.
knew she was being pimped. Okay, he was a boyfriend pimp. You know how that happened? They come off as your boyfriend, and that's the father of her two kids. The two kids.
That ain't no
That
real pimping.
well, it's a boyfriend pimp, meaning I'm not gonna work.
Yeah,
You gonna take
that's why
care
I
of me.
said that ain't no real pimping. That you the boyfriend, you like this bitch nigga. That ain't pimping. Pimps don't like they hoes. They like what they could do for them.
Well, in the end, you got to think that's probably what it was because he wasn't working, and so she was doing it all. He was sitting at the house.
But yeah, all women are manipulators. All of them. Just so
No,
that point won't be lost on everybody. They're not gonna get the last word. All women are manipulative and pushing play.
What would you do for that?
I'd let him touch me or put lotion on me. Things like that.
Okay, so he never wanted to like penetrate you or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Specifically though, I'm talking about as far as Chris goes.
Right, okay.
Did you enjoy that with him?
Yeah.
You did?
We got to a point where I did.
Okay. Was it ever a point to where like you were the person that kind of wanted to do it?
No.
Okay, so he was always the aggressor.
Right.
But I guess at a certain point, because you had grew up this way, right? Because it had been happening for so long, because when you did tell your mom what her response was, I guess and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm imagining that you probably just resigned yourself to it happening.
Right. Yeah, that's how it happened.
Okay.
And you see how Candy deflected and said men act like females? I will agree with that. Can you agree that all women are manipulative?
No.
See, I was talking to me, baby Candy, because she deflected. You just straight up, at least you answered it. You came with me head on, baby Candy, laughing.
This part of the interview also was concerning compared to the X-Files that we see. And I want to be very careful with my wording, and that's why I keep saying because I want to make sure that I voice this in a clinical, trauma-informed kind of way, that I'm being very sensitive with this subject, because it is very important that I choose my words wisely. But there's a deeply misunderstood aspect of sexual abuse that most people do not talk about. You know, the silence is very loud. And the silence will create a level of shame to the abused person. Sometimes a person being molested may experience physical arousal. In some cases, they may even orgasm, right? And when that happens, survivors often ask themselves a devastating question. Did I want it? Did I want this? Okay. The answer can still be no.
I don't see how anybody misconstrued this as you turning on Marcus, and you're mostly focusing on traumas and just traumas and sexual abuse and things of that nature. That's been more of the talking point than any damn thing, not Marcus.
Right.
Even though your body gave off a physical response, the answer can still be no. The body is not the same as consent. Okay? The human body has an automatic psychological response. Okay? It's almost like a reflex. But blood flow increases.
Y'all like them type men. They're called gays, and they're y'all's best friends. They y'all hairdressers. They y'all homeboys. So y'all like feminine acting ass men. But y'all in the chat complaining about it. But all y'all got a gay friend or
I
a
don't.
hairstylist.
I don't.
Your hairstylist gay?
No, my hairstylist is a woman, and she's straight.
Oh, okay. Well, now you normally don't find the gay women hairstylists. I would hope not. But nah, I'm talking about these women down here in the chat flogging.
Nerves activate, hormones start to release. These responses are mechanical. They are not moral. They are not intentional. They are not desire. A lot of abused people tend to begin to feel as though their bodies betrayed them because it had a physical.
All y'all watch Funky Dineva or some gay personality. Stop it. Y'all like feminine ass men. All y'all. So, okay, I'm going to change it up. Since y'all that lied and said y'all don't got no gay hairdressers, you do your own hair and makeup and shit. Fine. Cool. All y'all watch a gay nigga on the YouTube. How about that? All y'all watch Nasty in the Black with the homosexual activities. I ain't watched that shit because I don't approve of it. Not that I don't. Well, let me take it back. I don't want to see it. It's not that I don't approve of it. I don't want to see it. It ain't my cup of tea. I have no interest in looking to see what gay sex look like between two men. I'm good. Y'all want to watch this shit though.
Response that the victim may have not wanted. A child's nervous system is especially reactive, right? Because it is still developing. If stimulation occurs, the body may respond automatically. And not just in children, this happens in adult victims. Even while their mind feels fear, confusion, disassociation, the body can do something different. The body will register sensation. The brain can register threat. Both can happen at the same time. So the answer to that question that Kelsey does not understand is maybe you didn't want it. Just because your body responded, that does not equate that you wanted it, that I desired this. Before, I wanted to circle.
And for the record, none of what she's talking about has anything to do with Marcus. She's kind of just like talking to Kelsey's case and just cases of molestation in general.
Go back around when we talk about the brain's ability to process trauma and attempt to prepare itself for survival. This is one of those examples. A victim can easily, in a survival strategy, say, I enjoyed it because it makes me feel safer than acknowledging the fact that you are powerless, that you were helpless, and that you were taken advantage
To
of.
the amount of time it's been since you've had strange men or different men.
A victim should never feel like, if my body responded, then I'm responsible. If I orgasm, I must have wanted it. If part of me felt something, then it wasn't abuse.
If the OF is popping, like if the
All
OF
of
wasn't
that
popping,
is
then
false.
okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. Right.
It
But
is
if the OF is popping, then you're able to make, decent enough money per month. Then yeah, that would be my thought process. Like, okay, well, now I can transition out of actually physically dealing with guys and just go to just being more online presence, and then eventually transition out of that.
Okay. See, it takes me a little bit to process things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when because I'm a human, I'm a creature of habit. And
right.
I have been doing this. And
right.
I just started the OnlyFans, so.
So you don't know if that's even going to be like a long-term sustainable thing or anything like that. Whereas with this stuff, with the dates, the physical dates, you know that front and back, and you know kind of what to expect, how to do it, all the nuances.
I will be recording this video in parts because I don't want it to be too long. But just in closing for part one, this is why I feel like more people need to have the conversations about exploitation and molestation and rape in crisis. These conversations have got to include some form of education about trauma and psychology. Because watching this, I was heavily disappointed, just being honest. Silence allows shame to grow. Understanding reduces it. This made me extremely sad because thus far, all of the videos that I see on the X-Files are of melanated women, minority melanated women. And it just deeply saddens me, to be honest. Kelsey is a beautiful girl in need of some intense therapy to allow her to process past traumas so that she can show up for her children. If someone experienced a physical response during abuse, like Kelsey says that she has, that does not make them complicit. It does not make them broken. It does not mean they enjoyed it. And Kelsey does not understand that. It means her nervous system responded automatically, okay? There's so many things that I feel like definitely needs to be said to this young lady. The most important thing is that she understands that responsibility lies with the person who chose to violate her boundaries as a child. Responsibility lies with her mother if she was informed and did not intervene. Never should it lie with you, Kelsey, the child whose body just reacted. So I will see you guys at part 2 because this interview was mad crazy.
All right, that was that on that. I don't understand why that person was in the chat so upset saying you turned on him. You turned on him. I don't understand it. I don't understand. But yeah, I think you should take him up on his offer though, since he said he would like if you want to have a discussion, he would do it. I'd take him up on it. Are you doing a part 2? I heard you say it was part 1. Are you doing a part 2? Oh, she gone. Oh shit. I didn't know she was gone. Bye, y'all. That's all I had. We gotta wait and see if she has part 2. But I would do it if she has a part 2 and he said he would come talk, I would break that out with him. Yeah, I had walked off and let it finish playing, so I had just got back myself. But yeah, that'd be my advice. If she got a part 2, I would do part 2 with him live and talk about it. All right. I don't see Truth have anything for crime and justice. I see she has a live. Let me double check. I know she had a live set for all tea no shade at 2. Let me double check. Visit channel. No, I don't see anything scheduled, so I'm about to come back and play this Flexi and Terry. To the next episode, little channel, big voice. We out. Low key niggas hating cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.